Hey guys, what is going on?
Day 11.
Day 11. We've been here a while.
It's our last day. We're leaving tonight at 11:30. So we just dropped
actually
our stuff
the
off
afternoon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We drove all the way from Baños to get to Quito. So now we got back to Quito.
We dropped our bags off at the first hotel that we stayed at.
It's a good spot.
Car, because it's too crazy to drive around here.
It's insane
we have
around
our
here.
bags because we love that hotel.
And
now we're on a walking tour.
Right now we're on a walking tour around the old city, see some awesome sights. Guys, we're gonna take you along for the ride so you get to see Quito. It's a city that you guys should probably check out. Ecuador's pretty awesome.
First stop is the Central Market here in Old Town. It's open from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. A bunch of restaurants and stores around here, but they also close when this closes. So this is where you get your fruit, your veggies, and we're about to see what else.
This area down here is like the breakfast area. We were just told that one of the delicacies is cow hoof soup, where you boil a cow hoof with some other things. I don't think we'll be trying that one.
Total lavaca, all the cow.
They use all the cow, every bit of the cow here in Ecuador. I mean, it's a good thing. You should probably use every bit of whatever it is that you're eating, but still, don't think I'll do cow hoof soup. So up here in the second layer of the market, we have like the fruits and a bunch of other places to eat some food, a bunch of juices. Just found out that a lot of Ecuadorians, they love sugar, so everything seems to have sugar added to it. We're looking at all these juices and they just add sugar to everything. So that's a cultural thing here in Ecuador. They love adding sugar. All right, from the market, we're gonna walk about 8 blocks and we're gonna work our way into the old city. We're going to like the main Plaza area. It's a good place to start, a good place to check out. So this whole Old Town district area is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which basically means that they can't be removing the buildings, they can't change the architecture. They have to keep the same old Spanish style that was here from the old colonial days. So you get this really cool old town for sure. We're gonna walk this way towards the big statue you see up on the hill, kind of explore some sights along the way. See behind me, biggest old churches. Pretty amazing. I don't know if we're gonna get a chance to see that today, because it closes at 5, but that church, it's $2 entrance fee. If you wanna go check it out, and you can climb to the top of those towers and see all of Old Town from the top of the towers. So definitely one of them to check out. So throughout the Old Town, they have these plazas, which are kind of inside. I don't know, it's really cool. I would never have known this was here if I hadn't done this walking tour. But basically, a bunch of different shops, some fancy restaurants. We're going to the main plaza right now. From this, which is right out here. So if you've been following our Ecuador vlogs, we actually were here a week and a half ago. We were here at night and this place was completely dead and empty. During the day, very busy. And on certain days of the week, you might get a chance to see the president come out and wave actually, which is pretty cool that he does that for the country. Much more active during the day for sure. This is like the main central plaza. This is also known as the Plaza of the Old People, or the Plaza of the Retired, because there's lots of retired people hanging out here.
A couple things about this. These 2 corners are run by the government, these 2 by the church.
Okay.
This is their monument of independence, which they gained in 1809.
Kind of, because then the Spanish came back and took back over, and then like a couple years later they had another independence and they had a big fight up in the hills where we were hiking with the horses. They had a fight up there, and apparently, you know, Ecuadorians had a little bit more of an advantage because they're a little bit more acclimated to that altitude. So that's when they broke from the Spaniards and became Colombia, which is the Great Colombia, which is Colombia, Panama, Venezuela. And this plaque is where they started the first, get off the grass. This is where it shows that this was the place where they started the first expedition into the Amazon.
Ecuador was the country that first started to explore the Amazon.
But the whole expedition started here in Quito before they went off into the Amazon. So we just left the main plaza. We're walking up the street to one of the oldest and most important churches of Ecuador, Quito, this whole area. We just learned a lot about the different political atmosphere here in Ecuador. The last president ruled for 10 years, 3 different terms, and now there's the new president that just was elected a few months ago. But it's very interesting to hear about the different presidencies from like 1800s till now, and kind of how the whole political structure of this country has been shaping. I'm not going to regurgitate much of that. If you're here in Quito, you definitely come check it out, and you can learn a lot just doing one of these tours.
This church is the one that has all the gold in it, and to go in there it's $5 and you can't even take photos. The only way to get it for free is if you go to a mass, but you have to stay for the entire mass.
Quito is the second UNESCO World Heritage Site that was named. Krakow, Poland was the first. This church is one of, is a prime example of why it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. If you take a photo, they've been known to take your camera, take the memory card out, erase the memory card, and then kick you out. So this area here used to be where all the thieves would sell black market goods, and now it's like a plaza with, stage and some stuff, and they do some community events. But if you want to climb up there and see the views of the north and the south and all that, it's recommended that you take a taxi, because apparently there's like a little green patch where the stairs go up. That's where the thieves, if there's no guards hanging out, the thieves will do bad things, and there's actually a chance of that happening here in the city. So just be careful when you're traveling here. As always, when you're in big cities, it's not always the safest. All right, next we're headed down to what's considered the Bohemia part of this town. So we ended our walking tour here at a theater. It's pretty upsetting because there used to be a Pizza Hut over here, and the Pizza Hut caught fire, and there goes the theater. So they haven't restored it yet. Pretty unfortunate. It's a really cool theater. But now it's time for some coffee. All right, so our walking tour is done. Guys, if you're coming to Quito, I would highly suggest taking a free walking tour. It's pretty awesome. Well, I'll put a link in the description below, but take the free Ecuador Quito walking tour. There's a few of them, but this one we highly recommend. If Obi's here, maybe you get a tour with him. He was pretty cool. He gave us a great tour. It's a great way to see the city and learn about the culture right as soon as you get here. Should have done this first, not last, but it was still really good to do. And definitely, next time we end up back in Quito, we're gonna obviously know a lot more from this. All right, we're gonna go do just a little bit more exploring around the old town, and then get on a flight. So we wanted to come check out this plaza a little bit more. This was really cool. We breezed through so fast, and this is like such a cool area to explore. Yeah, you want to go up and look? Yeah. So another interesting fact about this part of the city is that all the signs are just skinny black lettering on the buildings, because they don't want to have big banners that ruin the Spanish architecture and the look of the city. So they have very thin letter black writing, and that's it. All right, so the last part of our walking tour of Quito, we're gonna try to get up to the big church at the top of the hill. So we're gonna hike up there, and then catch a taxi from there to get back to where our stuff is. All right, so we missed it. This place closes at 5, so we can't check it out, but it's pretty cool to see the outside. It's a massive church. The architecture is amazing. If you get here when they're open, you get to climb to the top of the towers and see an awesome view of the city. All right, we saw the city. We saw as much as we could in the day. Boom, 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 we got a lot done. But now it is time for maybe some tacos. I think tacos would be great.